to all our viewers and listeners. I am Annette Havenheim. My co-host is Didi Cook for the Happening team. We are talking Bachelor SA. We saw the final episode and Mark making his choice. He had to choose between, in his own words, the two best women. We all had our predictions and about 70% of people was wrong. Today we welcome the beautiful and much loved Bridget. Bridget, hello and a huge warm welcome.
Hello, everyone.
You are a household name, but just introduce yourself to our viewers and listeners.
So hello, everyone. My name is Bridget Marshall. I was a finalist on The Bachelor South Africa Season 2. I sadly got my heart broken on TV, but I'm going to be okay. My Prince Charming is out there somewhere. I will find him somehow, but...
You had quite a journey on The Bachelor SA. We saw different sides of you. We saw, when we got to know you, I think there was a lot of people that didn't think you're going to stay in the run so long. So I think you surprised a lot of people. But you became a favorite. And how do you feel now about the show and the journey that you went through?
Well, to be honest, I think I surprised myself just as much as everyone else was surprised. I don't even know where to begin. I mean, my journey on The Bachelor has been really life-changing and taught me so much about myself, and I've grown so much as a person. You know, the viewers need to understand we all know how difficult it is to put your heart on the line and, you know, try to find your chance at love. And this was that on a whole nother level. So, unfortunately, in the beginning, a lot of people, I think, misunderstood me. I'm a very real, very kind of say it before it even goes like through my brain kind of thing and hope for the best. And unfortunately in the beginning people were like a little bit hesitant of me, but I don't regret anything. I had the most incredible time. I met phenomenal women. I mean, I met Mark, who's awesome. So yeah, I loved the whole journey.
And we were so surprised and sad, but was it unexpected for you as well? Or how did you go into that final? How did you mentally prepare yourself for that last moment?
I mean, as everybody saw, Mark and our relationship, I think, developed a lot slower than what his and Mauritia's did. You know, we kind of started off with this really cool friendship where we would laugh and joke with each other, and then the romantic side kind of blossomed after on my hometown date. And I think, you know, it was horrible because I'd built up this fairy tale in my head, as, you know, we all do. I'm very much a hopeless romantic. And I'd really fallen for him, and I had such deep feelings for him. And even preparing for that evening, I was terrified. I mean, so much was going through my head, and I overthink everything, literally. And I was like, what am I going to do? You know, I really want Mark to choose me, but in the same breath, I really don't want Mauricia to be heartbroken because she's such a phenomenal young lady, and I'll be really happy if he chooses her, but then I'm heartbroken. So it was just like this mess. Yeah. And then walking up to him, I remember, I think I sort of like mumbled on my words. I don't really know. And then he said all these wonderful things, and I was like, my little lights and, you know, the hearts and eyes. And then he said, but, and I was like, oh no. Yeah. You know, and then I must be honest, the moment I heard but, everything shut down. I don't even know what I said to him. And then when I walked away, it hit me. You know, I'm sure you ladies know, you've been through breakups before. When that man that you really care about says to you, it's over, you kind of don't really get it in the moment. And then you sort of walk away, and like a couple minutes later, you're like, what? Yeah, so it was very difficult. Even reliving it last night was just as hard.
I think I told Annette, it seemed to me like you came through as a very strong person right from the beginning, and even though strong doesn't mean you don't have feelings. How did you actually deal with that heartbreak now afterwards? How did you cope? What does Bridget do when Bridget gets hurt?
Oh golly, I mean, do you really want to know? You know, I'm a very sensitive person. I'm such a softie, and going through any breakup in my life, it definitely takes me a lot longer to get over it than probably the other half of the world. So for me, I actually lean a lot on friends and family. My friends know that sometimes I literally just want them to come and sit with me on the bed and just eat popcorn and watch a movie with me. Or, halfway through the movie, I'll burst out crying and I'll be like, you know what? He did this. And they're like, it's okay. Just, I'm like a roller coaster of emotions. And I think for me, Netflix, ice cream. Now I'm older, so any form of alcoholic beverages will do. Being around my friends, just feeling that love. But then on the other side, sometimes all I want to do is just be alone and just cry it all out. There's so many things when you go through a breakup, because you kind of get the sad parts. Then you get really angry. And I'm the kind of person where I want to do the whole revenge body and like the revenge. And so, I started running on the promenade every day at like 6 o'clock in the morning. I got a personal trainer. I'm like, right, let's do this. So, yeah.
Well, we are absolutely in love with you. And I think a lot of people agree with me when I say that. I think we said it before. You had us wondering for a while at the start of the show. And then, poof, we realized this is a nice girl and you became a favorite. In one of our recaps, Didi and I actually, we hinted that we'd love to add you to our team. Wink, wink. We're just putting it out.
Well, I'm available,
Wink, wink.
Yes. One thing I noticed, Bridget, is you will be able to sell ice to an Eskimo. Yes. You're very persuasive.
I know. A lot of people have actually. Are you talking about the fantasy suite where I convinced Mark?
That was a very good move.
You know what? I've been a travel agent for 11 years, so my sales skills are quite good. And just in that moment, I was like, you know what? I have a very valid point. You've had more one-on-one time with Marissa, and let's think about it from that perspective. Like, don't you think it's fair? I mean,
good one.
Yeah.
Good one.
You explained to us how the journey on the show influenced you, but knowing that you know it now, would you still have entered?
Well, so when I entered the show, I did not think that I would be accepted at all. And then, I got through, and my parents were in Turkey at the time, and I called them and I said, Mom, Dad, I'm going on The Bachelor. And my dad was like, what is that? And I was like, what? So I had to give him the rundown. They were very confused. And then eventually I went on the show, and it was the first night in the mansion, and I walked into this room with the most beautiful woman I think I've ever seen. And I was like, all right, I'm going home tonight. Everyone, I'm out. And I got a rose and I stayed. And I think for me, I would definitely do it all over again, because I went into it not thinking that I would even make it past the first night. I didn't even go into it thinking that you could really fall in love. I did it. I was at a point in my life where I just, when you just get like a midlife crisis. And I just said, YOLO, I'm going on The Bachelor. And literally every rose ceremony was absolutely terrifying. I mean, you stand, and I'm sure you noticed, Mark left me to the last rose quite a few times.
You always got the last rose.
Always. And I would stand there and be like, I'm going home. I'm going home. I'm going home. I think he did it on purpose because of my facial expressions. I don't know.
The agony on your face. Your shoe. One thing what was nice to see is that you and the girls sorted out things and tried to bury the hatchet. Would you say that all the bad vibes between the girls have been resolved?
So, yes. I mean, look, I think everybody will agree with me when I say that when you go into a house, or if you go to a restaurant or whatever, and there's 22 people there, you're not going to get on with everybody. It's not normal for everybody to be best friends with everybody in a small group, And for me, I'm quite a big personality, and I did clash with some of the ladies, and I did get quite a lot of flack from the public for it, which, I understand. But then you also need to understand that they probably also clashed with me, and it's normal, and we've buried everything now. I mean, 6 months have gone by. If I saw any one of them on the street, I would say hello. It's just some of the girls I just became a lot closer to purely because we just gravitated towards each other.
I'm glad that you and Pash sorted it out. Seems like that's nice. You can say a lot about a person's character when you can talk about stuff, and that's a person that can forgive.
Definitely. And I think Pash and I, everyone needs to remember, you in this mansion, you cut off completely from the outside world. No phone, no TV, nothing. And to be honest, I think Pash and I were so highly strung and so emotional and just so like, oh my goodness, I can't anymore. So we just lashed out at each other. And, I definitely said things that I shouldn't have said. And it was so nice seeing her on the women's hall and just be like, Pash, listen, I'm so sorry. And for her to understand, because I'm sure she felt exactly the same way. It did definitely become so much for each and every girl in that house. And we all had a moment where we just broke and either went and cried or shouted at each other, or like me, I kept packing my bags and wanting to leave. So we all react differently. So yeah.
So what next for Bridget? What are you after the lockdown, of course?
Oh, good old lockdown.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. The world at the moment is pretty much my oyster. I'd love to continue doing something in the TV world. I really enjoyed the whole setup of it, and I became such a stronger person, and I just love being a part of it. So maybe something like that. I mean, then the other part of me wants to move back to London, but I can't because of my passport. Because unfortunately, as everyone knows, because of this current world crisis with coronavirus, a lot of people have lost their jobs. I am one of those people. I do work in the travel industry, and unfortunately, they've taken a terrible knock. And nobody knows when we'll be up and running again. And even if we are in the next 2 months, are people going to risk it and travel? It's still, it's still quite dangerous. So I don't know at the moment. I'm in lockdown with my family. I'm having a great time, being back in Durban. My next step is just to get back to Cape Town, and then hopefully maybe a door will open for me having been on this journey. I don't know.
I'm sure it will. Bridget, I also have a message for you from a big Bridget fan. Her name is Claudette Marine, and she says that it broke her heart to see you walk away. You are such a nice and sweet person, and she hopes you find an awesome man.
Oh, thank you. I hope so too.
Yes.
Yes, Bridget, we agree that you are a great person. Yes, definitely. And I must say, I'm also one of those that in the beginning I thought you're your personality. But as the show developed, you show different sides of you. And it's just like you said, it's difficult to sit in a house where everybody's fighting for one person's attention. Obviously, not the better side of you will come out. It's a pity. We like you. We love you.
Thank
you. I think that any person can be lucky to have you in their lives. So from all of us, we wish you love and a great future. And we thank you so much for your time and talking to us.
Well, thank you for having me. And wink, wink, if you ever need me.
Yes.
I'm here.
Yes, for the ice. Yes. Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
For the happening team, Annette and Didi. I'm Didi.
Hello,
Annette. Well, for the happening team, Annette and I spoke to the last fallen rose of Bachelor SA Season 2. With this, we conclude the season and hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. Till next time, stay safe and warm. Bye-bye.